new, reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the advocate for the brand new, reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Oh, you didn't know?
Burn it down!
You have tuned into the Mark Out Show, hosted by the Millennial World Order, giving you the best talk in all of professional wrestling, right here on Prince George's Community Radio.
How's the sound about? Let's get it on.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Mark Out Show, broadcasting here on Prince George Community Radio and on my YouTube stream, by the way. How you like them apples? Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the leader of the clan, leader of the clique here. I am the champ. The champ is here. Charles Young along with
Pecan Kevin.
Pecan
Turn
Kevin.
me up a little
And the
bit.
good guy, I do.
You gave you louder vocals than me? I'm
Yeah.
offended.
Yes. And we have a special guest in there.
Yeah,
today.
we got a
manager.
special
This is
guest
our
today.
manager.
We have a girl here.
Our manager.
I know. I got nervous.
A little bit.
Oh,
A little
well,
bit. A little bit.
Yeah, see, Kevin's a little nervous, but you know, it is.
Well, introduce yourself to our vast crowd we have listening right now.
Well, I don't have cool names like you guys, but you
You
know,
gotta give her a cool name.
Yeah, we need
Eric-
the first lady
Yeah,
of the Mark Out Show.
yeah. As a first lady, you
Wow,
gotta
I'm
come up with your own
honored.
gimmick.
Yeah, what does the Bullet Club call girl members? They got a name for them, right?
Yeah, Luke Gallows' wife was called the Bullet Babe, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
not that, because I was trying to remember. Okay, well, maybe not that.
well, let's just start off with my name. My name's Michelle. I don't really have a cool name.
All right, here you
So-
go. I got one. Michelle Rhodes.
Michelle Rhodes.
Oh, right, because she's a big Cody fan.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes. Okay, that works. That works. I can dig it. So tell us about your wrestling fandom, Michelle.
Okay, so when I was younger, I was pretty obsessed. Now I kind of grew out of it. So
You never go out of it. Look at me.
So, like, what was your cutoff point? Like, at what year did you stop watching?
I know I was a big fan like during my 8th grade year, but it's not till like my freshman year of high school that I started going it out.
So, like, who was like? Do you remember who the big stars were when you stopped watching?
I think this was like around 2014. So
Oh,
it was,
okay,
like,
okay, that's pretty recent.
Yeah,
That's not
that's-
long ago, actually.
mhm.
I mean,
one
you
of
made a
them
good
was, like-
decision. You skipped the whole PG.
Oh, that was a bad time.
Yeah.
That was when it was at its worst.
You
Not
think so?
100% as worse.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes, it was worse. The
Okay.
new generation. That's yeah.
Hey,
Like it was PG. They were really trying to do like that kids show stuff. Like they had guest hosts, like a random celebrity every week. Like some of them really didn't work. Some of them. You remember
Yep.
Jeremy Piven when he called SummerSlam Summerfest?
yeah, him and Dr. Ken. Yeah,
Oh, so
Summerfest.
you were there. You
Yeah.
were there. You just
Yeah.
left early.
Yeah.
So I was there when Daniel, I think that's his name.
Daniel Bryan.
Yes, just started saying yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah,
No.
that's
You-
okay. That's
okay,
fairly
okay.
recent. That's fairly
No.
recent.
No.
Well, it's back.
Although it's interesting that that's when she cut off, considering what happened with Daniel Bryan this week. But we'll get into that a little later.
Oh, so I want y'all to like update me because I actually have not been paying attention
Okay.
much.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
So-
Oh yeah, a whole lot.
We'll
When
be here
I,
for Action
I
Hour.
just found out that Cody Rhodes ended up getting fired and then left to Japan.
He basically asked for his release, and they call it in the business now is betting on yourself. So he went to Ring of Honor, Impact, Japan. He's done independence all over the globe, and I said in the interview he made more money doing the independence than he ever did in WWE.
Wow.
So yeah, him and his wife. So, but he
Wow.
can't use his last name though
Why?
because they own the rights to his last name,
Wow.
WWE.
Because technically his actual last name isn't Rhodes.
Yeah, yeah, it's Reynolds, but
Yeah.
but his dad's
Reynolds.
name is Rhodes. Like, how you gonna own American Dream's last name?
How do you own anyone's last name? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, but it's their stage name.
Yeah,
so-
but he's also the son of the Dusty Rhodes. So but
What is it? Now he's like the American Nightmare.
yes, the American Nightmare Cody,
Yeah.
which is kind of like
And he's arguably the best guy on the Indies right now.
there's a guy named Kenny Omega, but yeah.
Hey, look, I'm a Cody guy. Cody over Kenny all day.
Really, your team Cody?
Yes, I am Team Cody.
Is it like the?
Been Team Cody.
Oh yeah, fair enough. But they all. Oh, so more updating her on more things. They are definitely doing more with women when it comes to professional wrestling.
Yes, yeah, a lot. There's a
Yeah.
big women's revolution going on in wrestling, and it's really great. The hottest person on the show right now is probably Becky Lynch,
Yes.
and like
Hot
Ma-
fire.
everyone's been talking about it on Twitter all week long. Now, do you guys want to get into why they've been talking about Becky?
Time out. But when he says hottest, he doesn't mean like as a look.
She knew what I
Yeah,
meant.
Yeah, I do.
I was like, come on, she
She's-
knows what I meant.
She's attractive too.
I just want to
Yeah.
be sure. I just want. She hasn't watched the product in a long time.
So
Yeah, I have to make sure
was it about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? They had an all women's pay per view.
Yeah, first ever all women's pay per view.
Not the first ever first WWE.
First
all-
WWE all women's pay per view, exactly. Because
Yeah.
to be fair, TNA did it sometime.
And
before.
there's a
No one cares about TNA, so
this is a promotion called Shimmer, which is all women anyway.
there's also Shimmer.
So by
yes.
default, they're always all women pay per views. So and I remember was it WrestleLicious came out like
Yeah, WrestleLicious
That
and
was-
Glow.
and Glow, yes. Well, I don't think they had pay per views for Glow.
They didn't?
No, they said
Have you watched Glow on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
I still, it's crazy that I haven't seen it yet, but I've
not,
heard
you
good
haven't seen
things.
either season.
I haven't seen Glow yet.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Glow. I need to watch season 2 actually.
I know that a whole bunch of wrestlers make cameos on that joint too.
Chavo and
Chavito, Alex
Has
Riley,
R-Truth been on there?
Alex Riley. R-Truth? No.
Okay.
Johnny Impact was on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. He got so many last names now.
Johnny Impact is John Morrison.
Yes.
Wait, say that again.
Johnny
Morrison.
Impact is John Morrison.
Really?
Yes. John Hennigan, his real name.
What do you know about? Never like was it Nitro? Morrison.
Johnny Nitro.
Yeah. Back in the day, Johnny Nitro.
Eminem with Nitro and Melina and Mercury, and then so much going on. And also, like I said, they have Ronda Rousey's now a professional
Yeah,
wrestler.
Ronda Rousey's on there now.
So
But,
I'm
the way
glad
Becky been talking, man.
Yo.
If I was Ronda, I'd be hiding because
and we have a lot of children of famous wrestlers who are wrestling. Natalia Neidhart,
Charlotte Flair.
We have
Actually, hold on. Let's play a game, right?
yeah.
Because she hasn't watched the product in a long time.
Mhm.
Let's see if she knows who the wrestlers'
Okay,
parents are.
please do not. Because
I think you can figure it out. Charlotte Flair. Who's that?
You gave the last name already. That's not when she can't get this one,
She
B.
might get it.
this was okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm not that. It's been a while.
But you know Ric Flair, right? Woo.
Oh yeah.
There you
That's
go.
Charlotte Flair's daughter.
There you go.
That's not
I mean,
Charlotte's West.
that's Ric Flair's daughter.
Kevin, do we have to turn your mic off again?
He
I just
really
came
is
from
nervous.
outside, and my hands are freezing cold.
There's no excuse, sir.
You'll be all right.
Professional shows have to play every day.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
But they wear gloves.
Yes. Okay. We also have Tamina, who is the daughter of.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Yes. We have Nia Jax, who's the cousin of.
The Rock.
We have Roman Reigns, who's the son of.
One of the Wild Samoans, right? Is it Alpha?
Alpha.
Alpha.
We had a lot of nepotism in professional wrestling, by the
Yeah.
way. It's a lot. Like, hey, my kids will be wrestling. Sure. Let's push them to the top. Who else we have?
Basically, every Samoan not named Joe,
Is a part of the family. Yeah.
Hey,
except that actual one that is named Joe.
Yeah, exactly. A Samoa Joe versus a Samoan named Joe. So, so let's talk about the two
Ooh,
top.
I'm like,
Oh.
do you know who Roman Reigns is? No.
Do you remember the
I don't know.
Shield?
I thought Roman Reigns had more like mainstream.
The
okay.
the three dudes to come out and beat everybody up and flak jackets. That was
number
2000,
2000.
2014 era.
They were new though.
Yeah.
It depends on what part. Like you started school in August, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, she probably didn't see the debut.
Yeah, that was actually they debuted 6 years ago.
Is
From
on Survivor
Jericho
Series.
still a thing?
Yeah, but mostly on the indies these days.
Yeah,
Like he
Yeah.
actually started a
Japan
whole
only actually.
wrestling like cruise.
The
thing.
Jericho Rockin' Wrestling Rager at Sea.
It's supposed
Yeah.
to be on.
It was over
yeah.
Halloween
I
weekend.
mean, not on the Fight app.
Yeah, you can watch it on the Fight app.
So like
Yeah.
they wrestled on the cruise ship, right?
Yes, it was
Wow,
the
that's
Alpha Club.
wild.
It was like the Bullet Club. It was Impact versus ROH. There was Sammy Callahan was on there. They had a segment where it was Impact versus ROH, and everybody turned on Sammy Callahan, even Impact, his own Impact teammates. They all turned on him and beat him up. So they basically laid down for him. And then who else we need to catch her up with? Like she's be caught up with.
He still showed up for like one time.
Yeah, yeah, he came back for
Yeah, he's doing movies. He ain't got the time.
He came back for Raw 1000. Well, he was supposed to come back to wrestle Triple H at WrestleMania, but Triple H tore his pectoral muscle. It was like, oh, people, stop wrestling. You injure yourself.
Yeah, Triple H,
So-
stop.
What about?
Shane McMahon too.
Oh,
Yeah, he's still around.
Somehow.
He's actually wrestling this weekend.
Actually, he's
Survivor
the best in
Series.
the world. I think we should.
Oh my
understand
god!
that he's the
No, we
best in
don't.
the
We don't
world.
need to talk about that.
Kevin,
awful
do I have
show.
to,
We
do I have
don't
to
need
mute your mic again?
We don't need to talk about
No,
it.
that
That,
never
was, that
happened.
was a terrible show. Having no.
That was well, the first half of the show was not bad.
The whole show was bad.
The second half of the show was
The
terrible.
whole show was
So-
bad.
You're
Have you
bad.
ever watched the pay
The
per view?
whole show was bad.
Okay. Yeah.
so is John Cena still a thing?
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
a part timer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like you remember when The Rock was like first starting his movie career, so he
Yeah.
would be on the show sometimes, and the other times he'd be busy filming.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what he's doing now.
And then John Cena called him out. Was like, "You said you're coming back, but now you're not." And then now he's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, because I saw The Rock came back for a while.
Yeah,
he came back. He came back to win the title from CM Punk, and then jobbed John Cena, and then he left again.
What about The Miz?
He's still-
Yes, the Miz. The Miz has actually become one of the best guys on the show.
He's awesome.
shockingly.
He's awesome.
Yeah, like yeah.
Yes,
Awesome.
he's got a TV show on the USA Network called The Miz and Mrs.
This Sunday, he's captain of Team SmackDown on Survivor
Co-captain.
Series.
No,
captain.
no.
Yeah, they took they took Daniel off the team because he
'Cause,
won the title, so he's gonna be facing Brock Lesnar.
Yes. Oh God.
And the Bella Twins.
Yeah.
Y'all not fans of her?
No.
Why not?
Because they're terrible.
No,
think
not
so?
terrible. They're mediocre. It's a difference.
They're mediocre. Let's go with mediocre.
Yeah.
You watched Total Divas?
Yeah.
You watched
But-
yeah.
A few
How
episodes.
am I-
A
yo,
few episodes.
How am I supposed to like? They're like, oh, we would have been here wrestling, but we were busy with our YouTube channels. What? Get the what, man? Come on.
So, yeah, but aren't they like retiring soon?
No, they came back.
They're in that weird semi-retired. I think.
Nikki Bella
thing.
just wrestled Ronda Rousey at the main event of the Evolution pay-per-view and got her Batootie whooped.
Mhm.
It was like basically 2-on-1 handicap match. You know, it was Brie and Nikki. Brie mode. You know, and then that's it. Now they're gone for again to shoot some more terrible reality TV. And
So you
John
guys
Cena and
aren't
Nikki
fans
Bella.
of-
Yeah. So are they still? I don't even. What is going on?
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
Have you guys seen the new John Cena commercial for vodka?
I keep seeing it on Twitter, but I
I've
haven't
not.
actually
Oh,
watched
that
it.
thing is so cringy.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like a one-man boy band or something.
yeah.
Okay. He looks like he could have been a boy band.
I mean, yeah, he looks like Marky Mark, and Marky Mark looks like he could be their boy.
No, he looks like
band.
Mark Wahlberg. Ate Mark Wahlberg. Classic line from his movie he was in that couple years ago.
Man.
Did
Not
you see it?
Blockers, was it?
No, that was it was Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had that Amy
yeah.
Schumer movie.
Yeah.
I heard that they supposedly.
Yeah, it's just for the reality show. It's all fake, just like wrestling.
Wait, are you still talking about Cena and
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's-
movie. The movie train.
and Schumer?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Supposedly
That'd be weird 'cause
John didn't fake that scene.
Yeah.
That's kind of because Amy Schumer dated Dolph Ziggler. So
Yeah.
that's kind of
They're Eskimo twins.
That's
Dolph
kinda
Ziggler and John
awkward.
Cena are Eskimo
Hey,
twins.
to be honest, that wouldn't be the first time
Ayo.
because remember Dolph used to get you with Nikki.
Oh, so okay. All right, John,
So
you just following after Dolph? Is that
Swipe
what's up,
right.
man?
Swipe right.
Ooh. Can you say it on the radio? Dolph Ziggler sloppy.
Seconds.
Yeah, you can say sloppy seconds on the radio.
Oh, you just did now, so it doesn't matter. And also, they had, like I said, the all women pay per view was pretty cool. They had a
It was a really good show, which is crazy because the build up to it was really bad. But then the show wound up being one of the best shows of the year.
Yeah.
Which is really cool because, like you
deserved
guys
it.
said, it was WWE's first all women's pay per view. So it's really great that they, started with the good foot.
and then they go to Saudi Arabia where no women are allowed.
So, Michelle, can you explain to
Right.
us your first wrestling experience, or like your first time watching the show?
Watching. Like in live.
Yeah,
'Cause I
actually,
actually-
yeah.
I
Okay,
went
explain
to-
explain your first time like finding wrestling, and then explain your first time going to a live show.
I can't even remember why I started watching it, honestly.
You just found the channel one day.
I can't remember, I guess.
I know exactly how I started watching.
Well, I have
Same.
a little brother, and I
Okay.
guess he kind of influenced me to, we will sit down and watch it together. And
Okay,
that's
so it's brother sister bonding.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then I kind of like really wanted to go see them in live because they came to DC Capital One Arena
Now,
Now, back then,
back down
Verizon.
Verizon Center.
I like Verizon better. It's just a better tone.
I'm used to
Yeah,
saying
it
Capital
is.
One, but
What's in your wallet?
I
Plug.
went for my birthday.
when?
My birthday's in April 18th.
Whoa.
So it was around April or May that I went. I can't remember.
That's pretty much WrestleMania season, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was probably like a go home pay per view. Well, not go
Yeah, I
home pay
think
per
it
view. It
was
was
a
like the
little
last
bit
pay per view of the
before.
month.
A little bit before, and it was good. I liked it.
You remember
I
the
like
name of the
the
show that
vibe.
you saw, or
Um,
what about the main event? I know you probably don't remember the name, but do you remember who you saw that night?
you know, for sure, Cody Rhodes. Was there, for
Oh,
sure.
you gonna remember?
So
that.
was this a Stardust Cody Rhodes, or
No,
this is when he was doing the tag team?
tag team. I
So
think.
that was when he was working with what's the $1 Million
Damien
Dream?
Sandow,
No, the $1 Million Dream son.
Cody, Ted DiBiase
Oh
Jr.
yeah,
Yeah.
he got the same name.
This was way before Cody Dust.
Yeah.
Cody Dust.
Actually,
So yeah, he was
Stardust.
probably teaming with Ted
This
DiBiase
was
Jr.
way before.
Stardust.
No, that was way before.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is when he was good.
I mean, he teamed with
Are you saying
Stardust
he's
was
not?
good.
Stardust.
You didn't like Stardust?
Stardust
Cody. Didn't like
was
Stardust,
horrible.
definitely.
It was stupid. Okay,
No, I
it wasn't
think he-
stupid. It was
bro,
funny.
Did
but
he say he didn't like it?
He
Like
hated it.
hated
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
He-
That's the reason why he
I
Well,
left.
you couldn't tell. He did a good job with it.
That's the
I
reason
like
why he left.
Stardust.
the only reason he did it was one is he was going to do it with his brother.
Mhm.
So it was like that type of thing. But when they started splitting them up as a tag team
Although,
group, he got stuck with it.
I do got a little bit of wrestling too for that because I read a pretty recent interview where he was talking about his time at Stardust, and apparently Goldust kind of felt away about everyone in the back liking Stardust so much.
Ooh.
A little bit because it was like he felt like, man, this guy doing the stuff I've been doing for years, and he getting all this praise for it.
Okay,
But you know, it wasn't.
Maybe-
it,
maybe
it, didn't-
because
it
it was a
wasn't
different-
super serious. He just felt a little way about it. you
But here's the thing: the thing with Stardust, the character didn't even take Stardust seriously.
Yeah.
And Goldust was trying to be okay. All right, 7. You're on number 7, which is
know? Yeah,
Goldust
that real
was
old school.
before.
That was in WCW, right?
That was in WCW.
That happened for like 35
A
seconds.
little bit of that character still lingered in Goldust. So I mean, that was kind of like he was doing too much. Where Cody just went over the top and just let it go.
He was basically a Batman villain,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
almost literally.
What?
Like, he actually feuded with Green Arrow, like
Yeah.
the guy, like the actor.
But
Oh,
this is-
sorry, my phone's ringing. Into the
I mean, it's a wrestling theme song, so it works.
yeah, exactly.
It could. I I thought I had a bad
I love how
ringtone.
I'm the only one on the show that doesn't have a wrestling theme song
You
as a
should.
ringtone.
I have.
I can make one for you. It's not that complicated.
I could pick one for you.
No, his would probably be what's your should we make his wrestling theme tone?
It's gonna be Daniel Bryan's theme song
Yeah,
No.
probably.
or Johnny Gargano.
No,
Yeah, actually, more than likely Johnny Gargano.
no, we'll give him Roman Reigns theme song.
No, Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen.
Velveteen.
Yeah. Oh, it works.
You know Velveteen Juniors? All right.
No.
I,
No,
know
Velveteen
I
Juniors.
feel like since we're in the area, we should get a hip to all the wrestlers in the area just in case you see them walking around town one day.
And guys, people from the area.
Because he's actually from the area. He's
he
from
went
DC.
to, yeah. Did he go to Wise or something
I
like that?
think he went to Wise.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so is Leo Rush is from the area too.
Yeah, Leo Rush. He went to Northwest. Is he from PG? I feel like
He's
he
from
went to
PG, guys.
He's from PG. Yeah,
Yeah.
Leo Rush is from
Sorry.
PG.
And then
So you-
And he's
Yeah.
like our age. He's like 23.
24.
Yeah, 20
24.
Did you
piece
say
of gold.
24-year-old?
Your
piece of
24
gold?
piece of gold. Yeah, he just turned 24.
Your age.
Your
I
age.
think You're young.
Yes, exactly. He's definitely not my age. I'm gonna be his daddy.
Speaking about ages, today's his birthday.
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
today
yes.
Oh,
is our host.
Charles's birthday.
Yes, it's my
Yes.
birthday.
Well, in the
our
community
lead
of
host's
wrestling,
birthday.
that means you get chops. But my hand is cold, so I'm not about to do that.
Well, but and
Excuses.
they keep his wrestling themed. I have the same birthday as the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, word?
Oh yeah, me and Randy Savage were hanging out together one time. Only in the stratosphere, hanging out. Dig it.
Do you know who Randy Savage is?
Did you say no? You don't know who Randy Savage
Okay,
is?
Okay.
let me look up a picture.
The
Are
Macho
you
Man.
serious? The Slim Jim commercial, snap into a Slim Jim. You don't know none
I
of
don't think-
that.
no,
Oh yeah. I can't
None
do
of that. Do you at least know who Hulk Hogan is?
he was in Spider-Man 1. Bonesaw. Bonesaw is ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
See, okay, yeah, you know who he is.
I
He-
do.
Oh yeah. That by the
Oh,
way,
she's gonna go home and start watching wrestling again.
that
Oh yeah, Leo Rush is from Lanham.
Lanham, yes.
Yeah,
That's
Leo
your
Rush is
hometown,
from
right?
Damn.
That's your hometown.
No,
Lanham?
well, might as well be, but New Carrollton. Like New Carrollton is so close to Lanham that you know.
Yeah, it's like literally right there.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
New Carrollton.
I'll claim Leo Rush. He's basically from where I'm from, so it's all right.
Well, aren't you just great there?
So
Mhm.
Yeah,
As-
you're about the same size too. I think you're a little taller than he is.
It's funny because you're not wrong.
So Michelle, as a favorite time from watching wrestling, have you have a favorite match? Do you have a favorite match, or two guys that you like to see compete, or females that you like to see compete on like weeknights? Like, who's your go-to star other than Cody?
Mine's is Brandy.
I feel like okay. I feel like
Just because it's your birthday.
I feel like Randy Orton and
Mm.
Were you there for the whole Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio angle where like Randy said Eddie's
He's not up
in
there.
heaven,
He's
in
down
hell?
there.
Yeah, that one.
That's like
That's WrestleMania
He
21,
he,
right?
Like,
Yeah.
just went like, damn, bro.
I just feel like Randy Orton, like he doesn't say much, but he's so suspenseful.
It's the opposite of now.
Have you ever been
He says too
RKO?
much now.
he talks.
You said you and your brother used to watch wrestling all the time. So I'm wondering, have your brother ever hit you with RKO? Like
No.
out of
Out of
nowhere?
nowhere.
I RKO my
he,
brothers
he,
literally
he,
all the
like
time.
he
I can't lie.
playfully used to do it, but not like actually do it. Like he would just grab my head, but that's about it.
Oh.
He knows better. He knows better.
Oh, okay.
I think he's 5 years younger than me.
Oh.
6.
So it wouldn't hurt that bad.
So then you just counter into a choke slam and you finish with the people's elbow, and then it's like boom.
Yeah, I used to have a stepbrother, so like he's small enough, so like
Oh, you're a stepbrother. Some of you like 2 40-year-old men living with your parents.
funny.
Yeah.
Actually, it was 10 and 14, but okay.
Uh,
He used to come around corners and spear me.
yeah.
Yeah, like I would never see him, so just spear. And then he starts doing the whole edge thing. I'm an opportunist, man.
I feel like there's like 3 moves that every person
kid
tries to
should
do on
do.
their sibling: RKO, Batista bomb, and spear.
No, I was the big kid, so choke slam, pedigree,
Oh,
if I can get him.
See, you wildin'. You wildin' out. I'm not trying to do no dang pedigree.
one time, and I think he almost like literally snitched because we have a no snitch policy, right? You can do whatever you want to each other, just don't snitch. I hit the Canadian Death Destroyer on him.
You're the Canadian
So
Destroyer.
y'all really
Holy
wildin' out.
snikes.
Why?
Just to see if like
You know the Canadian Destroyer requires the other person to do as much work and not more
Yeah,
than you.
yeah. But I did
Wow.
most of the work. I was like, dude, it's just a front flip, and I got you. Right?
Shoot, you thought you didn't break his neck.
Luckily, he did it perfectly.
Mm.
But remember, we did it on a mattress, and under the mattress is concrete. So head through mattress concrete.
You trying to send people to the hospital?
No,
That's
he
what
lived.
you're
He
doing.
lived. He lived. He
Oh,
lived.
okay. Well, at least
And then he hit
lived.
the swan. I let him hit the swan dive. The swan time. Because that thing hurts, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he was only 75 pounds on top of that.
oh my god.
Well,
So a 10-year-old jumping off of like a chair
Mhm.
to me, like that's 75 pounds coming down crashing. And I was
Oh
like,
my
oh my
gosh.
God, that thing sucks.
well, for me, my move was the torture rack because I was the largest kid.
See,
Right.
both of y'all
See?
just y'all. Man,
there we go.
Y'all
I picked him
trying
up.
to hurt
See,
people.
choke
Picked him
slam,
up and was like,
torture rack.
torture rack, like Lex Luger. It was like, total package.
Uh,
Ow.
Yeah, it really is your birthday.
I'm getting too old for this mess, Riggs.
That's funny. He said, "Yow." He wasn't even doing it. He was just posing. He's like, ah, damn, that's too much.
Oh, my rotator cuff. Medic.
You're like Betsy. He
Medic.
pulled his hamstring walking down the ring.
I'm like Triple H blowing a quad. And I'm like, ugh.
Oh.
Y'all saw the clip where Triple H and Undertaker was Irish whipping like each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they was like trying to do it at the same time, and they didn't know what they was.
So she doesn't know what we're talking about here. These-
Oh right, the
Yeah.
bad
Oh,
show.
yeah.
No. Okay, so what did I hear about Undertaker
Right.
losing?
well,
You wasn't there when Undertaker lost at WrestleMania. were
No,
you?
but I'm saying like this.
I think she's talking about the
Oh,
crown jewel.
Oh, that
Well,
crown pool.
Yeah.
first of all, Undertaker's
Mine was
first
bad.
loss
Crown
was against
Pool?
Brock Lesnar
Pool.
at WrestleMania 30.
You're right.
So after that, he should have retired, but he kept bringing him around. And then he kept bringing him around for 2 or 3 more matches. Then he lost again to Roman Reigns, and he left his boots and coat and hat in the ring. Should have retired
Oh.
then. Then they keep bringing his dead ass back in. It's like, come on, man. We need you for 2 or 3 more or 20 more matches.
His
He's
dead
like-
behind.
Yes. He's like, He's like Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon. Get you over this, man. And they had a match,
He really
two
is.
matches.
I need to let him sit down. He's way too old to be doing
I mean,
this.
think about it. He
He's-
only
he's
matches
not
How old is
even
he?
55
55.
Yeah.
with 2 replaced hips,
And
replaced
2
knees.
kids, and he's
Mhm.
married to Michelle McCool.
Still jumping over. Do you remember Michelle McCool?
Yeah,
that's who he's married to.
Lay Cool?
Still jumping
That's like
over the
his-
ropes and
his
everything.
fourth wife, I guess.
Yeah.
Wrestlers get married a lot of times. Be on the road and everything.
Wow.
Get those.
No,
red-
So he's still around.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, only
he's
for
lingering.
special
yeah.
occasions.
So pretty much, he practically wrestles maybe like 4 matches a year.
4.
Well, he's wrestled 3 this year.
Well, no, okay, yeah, you're right.
Wrestle-
Because they're
senior
gonna have
WrestleMania.
more like special international events, so he'll be at those.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So apparently, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. We call this. What do we call this show again?
Family Jewels.
Family Jewels. No, we call it WWE Blood Money.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Blood Money 2, Electric Boogaloo. Because
So, you know the thing in the news, right, about the reporter that went to Saudi Arabia?
Mhm.
Yeah. So a lot of people was getting on WWE for doing a show over there because there's like, y'all can't be doing that.
Mm.
and then a lot of guys like JBL Orton came out and said the whole corporate
Who just happened to be Republican?
yeah.
JBL's Republican. I wouldn't know.
You okay?
Does that
You
really?
need water?
Oh
No.
for a millisecond, I was like, oh no, you think so? Okay.
But
Cool.
yeah,
His whole gimmick was, I hate New York. I'm from Texas, but I live in New York.
You remember that angle when he was literally at the border
yes.
Yes.
acting like border patrol? I was like, yo, wow, now
That's a Republican thing.
Yeah, he's chasing down Mexicans.
Did you hate
across the-
JBL during his whole
She doesn't know JBL is.
Cena versus JBL?
You,
Probably
you
the
remember
biggest wrestling
JBL?
match of
I probably
Cowboy hat, really heavy Texan accent.
Businessman, Texas accent.
when he used to come out.
Wrestling god.
When he used to
That
come
guy.
out, it used to be like fake $100 bills.
In the
He used to
limo.
come down.
I think
With
I
the
know
limo.
who
he used to
he's
be with
talking
the,
about.
the APA with
I'm
with
gonna have to
After that,
see
you
a
lost
picture.
yeah.
What's
Damn.
his name?
JBL.
John Bradshaw
If you
Layfield.
Google JBL, he should come up.
But so we should might get the speakers first though. Might come up first on
Oh
the,
yeah,
on the Google.
WWE
Oh, yeah.
JBL.
But yeah, so the WWE Blood Money 2 Electric Boogaloo and in Saudi Arabia, after the reporter from the Washington Post was definitely murdered, and that was like
Yeah,
a,
they admitted it like today, right?
Yeah,
they've admitted
said
they've kind of like slowly like we had nothing to do we had
Aw.
nothing to do with it, and then had working on Dr. Williams, and then we had kind of like slowly admitted more and more and more and more of it.
was it? They got 12 new suspects now.
Yeah, and they actually shot a video of somebody they said was him leaving the consulate who wasn't him because he had full head of hair,
Mm.
and was like that's him right there, that's him, and it's like look like the fake Undertaker trying to escape somewhere, but
And
So-
WWE was like, oh, don't mind, all this Saudi Arabian money we got.
yeah,
We're just
They-
gonna
they-
leave. Bye everyone.
they signed a 10-year, $450 million
10 years
deal
Wow.
with Saudi Arabia. And then you hear people like, well, keep wrestling and politics separated. Like, well, it's hard to do that when the money is coming from the politicians, the
Mm.
royal family of Saudi Arabia, who straight up mafia killed somebody. And they're like, no, we're just gonna go that way. And then a couple like Daniel Bryan, John Cena, they decided to go. They want to go. The women couldn't go, except for Renee Young,
Oh yeah.
They let Renee
On
Young
top
go.
of that,
Yeah.
women weren't allowed to compete on the show because Saudi Arabia.
which I think is the reason why they gave him Evolution. Because like, hey, here's a little
Well, at
something
least
for you.
something positive. I mean, at least Evolution was a good show. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
better than both
On
the Crown
top
Jewel
of that,
shows.
Hulk Hogan, who we on the show have beef with because he blocked me on
He
Twitter.
blocked you.
He blocked me on Twitter.
What?
Literally,
Yeah.
all I said was go away. And he blocked me.
He said, "You're blocked, brother."
I think he just answered your wish.
You know what? Yeah, look, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Now the reason
Oh,
why I
sorry.
told him to go away is because he was trying to come back, and he was caught on tape saying the N-word. So I was
lot.
like,
Mm.
nah, that's the you don't need to come back. But they brought him back on the show where everyone was having beef with Crown Jewel. So people are already mad at you for going to Saudi Arabia.
Mhm.
Now they're mad at you for bringing Hulk
Well,
Hogan
actually, I
back
think
at Saudi Arabia.
I think this is probably the best way to bring him back because people are like, that's not
Or
that's
you
not the
could
worst
just
thing they
not
could have
bring
did.
him back at all.
I
That's
think-
even better.
Actually, I think it was a smart move to bring him back in Saudi Arabia.
They were-
Because anywhere else, he would have got booed out the building.
yeah, yeah.
Or just don't. What? See, don't bring him back. Why do we need him?
We don't need him because
he did get a good pop at Saudi Arabia. Though.
Because it's Saudi Arabia, but we don't need him. They love nostalgia.
But they
acts,
haven't
we
brought
yeah,
don't
him
need
back.
that's why the main event was DX versus the Brothers of Destruction, old versus older.
Is it
The youngest person in that match was like 49, right?
Triple H was the youngest person
Yeah.
in that match. At
is
50.
it funny like how like you think about like old countries or like old countries always looking at old cartoons and everything. Saudi Arabia's like we need the old wrestling because they won't understand the new stuff.
Boy,
You
also
don't think so?
Bro, they only got wrestling tapes from like 97.
Yeah. like 2000 SmackDown.
Well, the funny thing is about this show is didn't they went Yokozuna,
Mm.
and the show's like he died like 8 years ago.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what happened to Big Show?
Big
He's
Show
actually still around.
He's still around.
He literally wrestled on Tuesday.
He's a part-time
Fun
too.
fact for Big Show. Oh
Mm.
my goodness, I'm gonna hear myself in one.
Yeah.
Did you know Kurt Angle shot Big Show in the butt? What?
Kurt Angle is also still around,
Yes, he just came back.
Did you know that
and
Say
Rey
that again?
Mysterio.
Kurt Angle
Mhm.
shot Big Show in the butt with a tranquilizer gun
Of course he did.
on national TV?
That's very interesting.
That was during the ruthless aggression era.
You know how many times they've done that
Development.
since? Never. They only did it one time, and that was it. And that's the most surprising wrestling thing I know. They let someone shoot somebody.
Wait, that was legit.
legit. Now I don't think the tranquilizer was legit, but he took it on the butt. You know,
Oh,
he took that
He
needle.
took it on the butt.
He
He took
it.
he took that
oh
needle.
my god,
That needle ain't fake. You can't fake that needle.
Yeah,
In the
I
pooper.
can't believe that Kurt Angle would just give it to Big Show on the butt like that. That's wild. That's really wild.
I mean, he is the gold medalist.
On national television. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a family show, people.
What?
It wasn't
Oh,
family that
I
night.
ain't saying no.
Yeah,
I
it
said that he
wasn't.
gave it to
I
him
ain't
on the
say
butt. I
nothing.
ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, it's-
I was just saying facts. That's what happened.
yes, and yes, he's still around. Kurt
Yeah.
Angle's still around. Rey Mysterio, just
Rey Mysterio?
they all came back.
Yeah, they
recently.
like
Didn't they
just
try
happened.
to like take off his mask?
They did it before in WCW way back in the 90s before you were born.
They took off his mask a couple
They,
times.
they do that with like every luchador.
Yeah. Yeah. Back when I think Jericho did it in the
Jericho?
yeah, he did it like in 1996, 97 where he did like a gimmick where he was collecting all the masks of the luchadors. He'd wear a necklace with all their masks on it.
Oh
That's
no.
This is why Jericho is one of the greatest of all time. He's been doing this stuff for
Years.
A long
25 years.
time.
How old is
25
he?
years.
He's in the late 40s. I think he's like 46, 47. He is the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion over in Japan, or Japón, as they say there.
Hop on.
Japón. And yes, who else is from like my teenage years still wrestling?
You really just called him like
What
super. You
happened?
low key called him old. Like
No, it's Jericho from your years. Brock. You take Brock.
Brock started in like 2003.
yeah,
2004.
dude. That's yeah, no, that's
He's
yeah.
not that
That's like
old.
2004.
Brock is my age.
Big Show.
Big Show started
Yes,
wrestling in
Big
96.
Show.
Yeah.
Shane.
Shane O'Mac's been around since the 90s.
You take Vince as like halfway.
Vince don't count.
Vince, he's the owner of
He
the
don't
company.
count.
So okay.
He's the chairman of the board.
Steph, I mean Shane mostly counts.
Steph counts, I guess. She's been around since the 90s.
Triple H.
Triple H has been around since the 90s.
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry started like late 90s. Yes.
But that's still okay.
Yes. Who else we have? Trying to think who else is still wrestling from the 90s. Terry Funk still wrestles sometimes, but he doesn't wrestle in the major leagues anymore.
Oh, you talking about just? I thought you just meant WWE.
I mean, JW,
Terry-
but I'm saying he just popped in my head. Terry Funk still wrestles like at 80 years old.
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley still wrestles. He
I
doesn't.
mean, he doesn't wrestle no more. But I'm saying his last match was
Yeah.
like
Jerry Lawler still wrestles actually, even though after having a heart attack.
Really?
Yeah, he wrestles like indie shows a lot.
Jerry Lawler's out here wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's more
he,
surprising.
he wrestled on the
Mm.
Jericho cruise.
Jerry Lawler.
Yes, I saw a picture of him in wrestling gear on the wrestling cruise.
Well, you still got to keep going. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
he had
he's
a
still
heart attack in the ring on national television.
Yeah.
Stop wrestling.
Well, I mean, someone died in the ring, so I mean, I guess it can't be that bad.
But he didn't keep wrestling.
Yeah,
'Cause he
he's
was dead.
Exactly. Jerry Lawler was this close to being dead.
Do they still do NXT?
Yes.
Yes, they do, but it's
not the same
different.
as
See,
It's
back
not-
when you were watching NXT, it was still like a reality show type thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, now it's their developmental, like it's like the junior leagues to WWE's
it's like
major
minor league
leagues. and it's
baseball.
also the best show they got.
Yes.
Like serious.
Yeah.
Like
I guess
bro.
when it comes to
be-
storylines, in-ring
Mhm.
content, everything combined.
Yeah, I think that was like probably the best.
Yeah.
Like I would actually enjoy watching that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You know, you can get the WWE Network for a free month if you want to check it out.
You want just mini wrestling shows?
No lie. Now this week would probably be the best week to do it too
Yeah.
because they're about to do NXT Takeover, which
on
is
Saturday night.
Takeover is what they call all their like pay-per-view shows.
Yeah, they're doing war games, which it's a concept that was originated back in the 80s when I first started watching wrestling, where it's like two rings in a cage and two teams of 4 or 5, and they basically go two people start. Then after 5 minutes, someone else comes in for one team. 5 minutes, someone else comes in. Then so on until both teams are in, and then that's when the match beyond starts. And then whoever wins after that wins the match.
Have you seen the war games before? Like war games, like it's like 2 cages,
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
2 rings.
yeah. It's definitely they brought it back after like 20 years of being away for 20 years. But it's an interesting concept.
Okay, what happened to her? I forgot her name. Oh shoot.
She has a YouTube video.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let me see.
It's
It's a commercial.
It's all commercial.
Yeah, I splurged for the YouTube Red, so I don't have to worry about commercials.
Oof.
You are the only person I know who's paying for YouTube Red, man.
It's like me paying for title.
For what?
Like me paying for title.
What's
I
title?
feel like Jay-Z's app.
Wow.
I
feel like I'm the only person that uses that thing.
You really didn't know what title was?
don't listen to music. I listen to hip hop.
What do you listen to, man?
I listen to wrestling theme songs all day. And then,
Seriously?
And then sports talk radio. Yes.
Oh.
And then stand up comedy in my car because
Okay.
I have Sirius XM.
So it stands up more than for wrestling music.
My ringtone is Kurt Angle,
To be
so
fair, wrestling do
Her.
got some fire theme songs these days.
Oh, AJ Lee.
There you go.
Mrs. Phil
okay.
Brooks.
I actually liked her at a point.
Yeah,
No, no,
Like
she
every
was
little
really
girl
dope.
out
She was
there.
really
yeah.
dope.
She married CM Punk, and they both left the company.
Yeah. Yeah, they did get
Mhm.
together. Why
Yeah.
did they leave?
Well, CM Punk hated the company.
They was doing him dirty.
yeah.
All right. I'm not sure if this is a storyline or I think it's mostly real though, but some of it was put into his storyline going out of the business. He got fired on his wedding night.
Yeah, he did.
Triple H fired him on his
Yeah.
wedding night.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
he had his
that-
like you have your services no longer needed papers.
We
on
wish you
his
the
wedding.
best in
Yeah,
your
we
future
wish you the
endeavors.
best.
that's some petty stuff
Yeah,
right there.
it is.
Well,
So-
Triple H hated
That's
Triple H
sad.
hated Phil
Yeah.
Brooks, and Phil Brooks hated Triple H. And now it's kind of like, but Vince still liked Phil, so I don't know.
I mean, shit, he was making the money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
He was one of the highest merch guys ever.
He still is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go on eBay, like you look at wrestling stuff, it's that T-shirt. His
Yeah.
T-shirts are still leading.
And they still chant his name at shows, which I will refuse to do. I will never do.
Why?
If it gets boring enough, I'll probably do it.
No, because it's like he's not coming back. They're chanting for CM.
Yeah, but it's
Mm,
also at
never
the
say
same time
never.
you're telling how
Never say
bad
never.
the product is. You know, if you're doing bad, if you're doing good, no one should chant for anybody else except
Yeah.
for the 2 guys in the ring.
Sometimes fans are just jerks. They
Yeah.
just
Like
want
when they
want.
chant, what during Shinsuke Nakamura promos?
Well,
That's
fans,
not
sometimes
funny.
the fans
You
think.
racist. That is not funny.
That's funny, dude.
Sometimes the
No,
fans
it is
just.
not.
yeah,
Just
come on.
because he's Japanese and he's
No,
got a
it's not
heavy
even
Japanese.
that. It's not even that.
Shame on you, Kevin.
Shame.
What?
Shame.
What?
Don't you want me?
What?
You gotta alienate our
That's
Japanese
still a book.
fans.
He has a family.
That man's got a family.
Do you remember Jerry Lawler and I'm losing a blank. What was the other?
Michael
Really?
Cole?
Really?
No.
Really? You can't remember his name without the cowboy hat?
Matt Striker?
Jim Ross.
Jim Ross.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't remember Jim
Sounds
Ross's
familiar.
name?
You know what? I don't feel as bad because
Boomer
a dude
Sooner,
didn't
JR.
remember it.
No, he wasn't sure what you were talking about.
Soda
Oh,
Dog.
yeah.
He had a really
Boomer Sooner,
JR.
Slobber Knocker.
Good old JR. You remember those guys?
He's beating his ass like a government mule.
His butt.
As God's my witness, he is broken in half. I
So what did you like about AJ Lee while you're looking up for JR?
I don't know her. It's because I was watching her, during the NXT, and she just seemed more
Real?
like so
Real? Authentic?
bubbly and like.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember when she was allegedly going around the locker room?
hmm
So what do you think about that?
I remember. Didn't she have like something going on with Dolph?
Yeah. And then
I
it was
remember that.
John, and then it was CM Punk, and then it was back to Dolph, and then it was back to John, and then it was CM Punk, right?
Why are you slut shaming?
That was on.
No,
that was the storyline.
But it,
So
yeah.
did you?
I'm
How
not
did you
just
feel
'cause
about
of-
that storyline?
Just because a woman likes to, hang
I
out
was-
with the other gentleman,
Mm-hmm,
there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you do it, it's like,
Girls
yeah, I'm
can
the man.
have guy friends.
she gotta
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah, it's like if dude does it, it's like, yeah, you the man, you the man. Girl does it, it's
okay.
like,
In
Yeah,
my defense,
yeah.
I wasn't
It's
slut shaming. I was just
2018,
asking Michelle.
I don't know. That's what it seemed like. It.
Yeah.
I was just asking, how did you feel about it? As she was your idol, and you found out she was going from John to CM Punk to Kane to Dolph, and
Oh
then
yeah, I do remember Kane.
yeah.
Okay.
the
Hashtag-
current mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Did you know about that? Kane's a mayor now.
What?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, he's a libertarian candidate from Knox County, Tennessee.
So I'm assuming he's not wrestling anymore.
Oh no, he just wrestled.
Didn't they?
No, I mean he still
Okay.
wears the mask.
I thought that was a replacement Kane.
That was not fake Kane. That was real Kane
No,
Okay.
but like he
That was
really
Glenn
just
Jacobs.
wrestled like last
Okay.
month. So I don't know.
in Saudi Arabia.
in Saudi Arabia.
where the women were allowed. And his mask and hair fell off.
it fell off in the middle of the match.
What?
The mask came off. You remember in the middle of the match.
Oh.
Because he doesn't.
And it had hair on the mask because he ain't got hair no
Yeah.
more. So the hair came off.
And then he took a terrible pedigree. It looks so bad.
Did he put the
Oh.
mask back on? I didn't.
It was-
I literally
Yeah,
didn't watch that
they,
match.
they didn't show him on camera putting it back on, but
Yeah.
at some point he put it back
That
on.
match was so bad. Oh my god.
See, I feel like
See,
at that point, once
I
it comes
didn't watch
off,
it 'cause I
just
knew
keep it
gonna
off.
be bad.
Well, I didn't watch the
so,
main event. I watched the undercard, and that kind of turned it off.
But so AJ Lee was your go-to, right?
Mhm.
What about Caitlyn, her best friend?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, they had a good feud. She can't,
Buff blonde was
Mm.
always next to AJ.
She doesn't
Taller
know
than
who
her.
Was
AJ is.
she
were
really
friends.
like thick?
yeah.
Yes, thick.
Yes.
With
Thick.
two C's. Thick. She was thick.
Yes. Yes. She still is thick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Although she actually came back for this this all women tournament that they do every year now, the Mae Young Classic. So she was, she's back too. So that was
Yeah.
cool.
But she hasn't been back
So-
since though.
Does AJ wrestle?
She might.
anymore?
No.
No,
No,
No.
her and Phil are hanging out at
Yeah.
home. They're
They had a really
She wrote a
cool
book.
Halloween
Yeah.
I
costume.
heard about that.
Yeah.
Her and CM Punk
Were
were
Mulder and Scully.
Yeah, from X Files. So that was kind of a cool couples costume.
Yeah, and, yeah. By the way, Phil blocks people too on Twitter too, and it's
But he's not petty like Hulk Hogan is.
Hogan's
All I
petty.
said was go away,
Yeah.
and he just like blocked. I was like, oh word, okay.
Good.
I mean,
Feel
Block
some way
out
about
the
it.
haters.
Okay.
I think
Block
you're
out
more
the
upset than he
haters.
is.
To be, I'm not upset. It was funny to me. I'm not upset. I would rather be blocked by Hulk Hogan.
You butt hurt.
It should be
I'm not, but all right.
It should be an honor.
Xander.
It is an honor.
That's your new. That's your gimmick. If you go Hill, that's it. You're
You're
Xander.
Xander from now on.
Turns Hill. I'm Xander.
No.
So I got an interesting thing to ask you. Were you guys interested in a women's main event at WrestleMania this year?
Absolutely.
Like the last match.
The main event,
As
not
long
a main
as
event,
long,
the main event.
as it involves Becky Lynch.
That's what I think is going to happen. Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, main event, WrestleMania 35. Would you watch that? Would you
Yes.
sit through a 7-hour show just for that?
Absolutely. Wait, Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey?
Yes.
Oh yeah, at this point, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I think this is what the best is a blessing in disguise with this whole delay in the Ronda Rousey Becky Lynch
Mhm.
fight. Because if you go to their Twitter account, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. They are throwing
Boy,
some
have you been
shade at
looking
each other.
Becky Lynch's Twitter account?
Woo. We got to
Boy,
start.
oh my god.
We actually have to go to what Ronda said about her first, and then her response. We'll see where is it. If I can find it.
Some of the words she said we can't say on this show.
Yeah, we can't say anything like that because it's a public.
We're gonna have to bleep it out. I mean, we can say, but
But we can
bleep it
we can
out,
basically
you know?
go ahead and say the gist of it.
Mm.
This past Monday night, SmackDown did an invasion of Raw because they're doing
Oh yeah, Survivor Series, which is
the one time
Raw
a
versus
year
SmackDown.
when SmackDown goes against Raw.
Yeah.
You can get the plug line there. Plug, hear that, Vince? I plugged it for you.
So you got the Raw champion versus SmackDown champions. You got Team SmackDown male and female versus Team Raw male and female, two different teams.
Then they have then they also have tag teams and they have the champions wrestle each other. So it originally was Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles, Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, Shinsuke versus Seth, which has kind of like been the
That might be the best match of the night.
was that?
Beat down.
Oh, I can do that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think Seth and Shinsuke might be the match of the night.
It'll probably be the best
If
match,
they- if-
but
if
they've
it-
done a
if-
terrible job building.
But the only way that can happen if everything else botches.
Yeah.
So like if well, I don't really have too much hope for Dan Bryan and Lesnar. But
Yeah.
See,
most of
it's
the hope I'm
always-
hoping
that's one of
from
those matches
is
where,
coming
like,
from
in your
those,
head, you think you want to see it, but then in real life, you're like, how would that really go?
I mean, Daniel Bryan's small compared to AJ. And AJ's not a big dude
and
either.
he has to wrestle a safer style now.
Yeah. And Brock's not safe. You saw what he did to
He's the
the same.
opposite of safe. He's just dropping
You know
dudes
who
on their
Brock
head,
Lesnar is,
like
right?
literally.
Huh?
You know who Brock Lesnar is, right? You know.
UFC guy.
Well, he was actually a wrestler first, and then he went to UFC,
I'm just trying to help her.
and then he went back to you.
I'm just trying to. Be
Who, by the
nice.
way, has a title fight against
Can't
Daniel
just say-
Cormier for some odd reason.
Wait. Did it Daniel Bryan? I think that was the line of the night for SmackDown. He was like, Daniel. He said something about Brock getting choked out by Dan Cormier on SmackDown.
Oh, he did.
yeah.
Dan Bryan did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
that's-
either that or AJ Styles.
I don't know.
I feel like it was probably AJ.
But back to the Twitter.
Right. Raw and SmackDown and Becky Lynch and Twitter.
The Raw invasion, or the SmackDown invasion of Raw, the women's SmackDown roster, invaded Raw, beat up all the women from
And
Raw.
people online have been talking about this for a week. It's not often that wrestling gets this much promotion. Yeah, attention. Thank
Mm.
you. Attention from even non-fans talking about how wild that last bit of Raw was.
Yeah. Then something happened in the match where you see Becky was busted open, her face goes.
Oh yeah.
I
Boom.
saw that on
Yeah,
Twitter.
yeah.
Even she saw it. You know,
Yeah.
people been talking about it all week.
Did you see like the whole thing? The punch?
Mm-mm. I just saw like an image and then that I kind of scrolled.
Okay, so from
So-
what appears happened, Nia
What happened
Jax, The Rock's cousin, Nia Jax,
She's my
accidentally,
size.
which I don't get how you accidentally do it, because
Remember, it's
she
just-
looks her in her face and then rears back, punches her in the face.
Do you see the
She falls over,
Did you
and
see her
Becky's
nose?
still, and Becky's still bad A word that she is.
she's the
got
man.
up, beat up Ronda Rousey with a steel chair, still finished out the whole planned finish, and she just
Stand at the top of the stands is like, what?
What's up, Ronda?
What?
What's up? I'm ready for you on Sunday. What's up? Come on.
Actually,
with
did
the blood all over her face, broken nose, concussion, and still finished.
Did you see the fan video that was posted? And Nia Jax, they showed a video of Nia Jax actually winding
Yeah, I
back
saw that.
and jacking her in
See,
the
and
face.
I'm like, I don't want to think she did it on purpose,
I don't.
but how do you do that on accident?
I think she didn't really judge how close her fist was to her
Yeah.
nose.
But you
Like
looking
similar
right
to
at
like
her.
remember when John and Seth,
when he broke his.
Oh yeah.
but that was worse.
Yeah, Cena's nose was like over here.
Yeah.
Look at- it's the
Luckily,
same
they
thing that
did
happened
fix
though.
it,
Like
but,
it's the same.
I was
Yeah,
like,
Becky's
oh my
nose
God.
was jacked too. You
Yeah.
can tell.
Yeah, Becky's was bad, but Cena's his was in another place.
was
Like
more,
his
like,
was
crushed.
moved. Like,
Dislocated.
yeah,
But then, obviously, she had a concussion, so she's not
Yeah.
allowed to compete because concussion protocol now. And
even her face was a little swollen on
Yeah.
SmackDown. That was just
So-
funny to me
Well,
that they
that's just-
on SmackDown they upgraded it to a broken face because that sounds more. It's just a broken nose,
Yeah.
but they said broken face. I'm like, if she had a broken face, wouldn't her head look like different?
Well,
Like,
I would ask you, what did you guys think about the promo?
on SmackDown.
Yeah, do you think they overdid it? You think
Bars.
no,
No.
the promo video,
Bars.
the promo video when it was
I
showing her
loved it.
jump. I think
I
they
loved
overdid
it.
the chair shots. I was like, them chair shots weren't that loud. Like it made it sound like she was like killing her with the chair.
Oh, no, humanity.
It's like
Oh,
someone
God.
definitely added more chair shots, but yeah,
So,
it was good though. It was a good promo video.
so
Now Becky did okay. So Nia posted a picture of her fist on Twitter and said, "Hey, we don't deliver mail. Things happen. Is anyone going to ask me about how my fist feels?" Becky responded,
that was good.
"You gave me your best sucker punch, but I got back up to destroy your whole roster. They won't let me fight, but I'll get back up from that too. It's what I do. So enjoy your one free shot. Because as bad as my memory is now, I haven't forgot about you." I fell out my chair. I was like, "Oh, Becky, stop! It's too much. Just chill."
And you saw what you said about Ronda too?
Okay, so Rhonda, I'm really sorry to hear the millennial man will not be. It's just weird in itself because she calls herself the man because she beat Charlotte. You know how Ric Flair used to have the catchphrase to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Woo!
So she beat Charlotte for the title. She's like, oh, because Charlotte Flair, that's her daughter. So like, yeah, I'm the man because I beat you. So
Makes
the
sense.
millennial. Now she had this.
Basically taking the title.
Exactly. So she had this really long diss that no one cares about. I'm really sorry to hear about the millennial man won't be showing up for a legally arranged butt whooping on November 18th at the Staples Center. She didn't say but. Unfortunately, now everyone, yada, 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 long rant, no one cares about. It was on Instagram. The good part, Ronnie, too long didn't read.
Wait. Who said
That's-
that?
Becky.
That's
Like,
funny.
That's how she started out. Too long didn't read because literally she had to like link to Instagram for the rest of it. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're doing too much. Stop it. When I got my face broke, I got up, owned you, then showed up the next day looking to fight some more. When you got your face broke, you hid for a year under your blankie. Your mind is as weak as your jaw, and I'm going to move heaven and earth to come destroy them both. Now, if you remember when Ronnie got beat by Holly Holm, right? And
Yeah.
she was like chilling for like no, she was just gone.
She was gone for a year.
Yeah.
She didn't say she did no media, nothing. She just
Dog,
kind
bars.
She always thought about suicide.
Yeah.
Bars.
Like
That's
she,
how bad it was?
yeah.
of yeah,
bars.
Because think about it. At the point where she lost to Holly, she was undefeated.
yeah.
Becky
She was on a tear. She was
Becky-
She's
like,
beating everybody,
everybody
like
was
one
getting
round.
it.
Becky is Pusha T and Ronda Rousey is Drake. Those are bars. Don't come for King Push. Don't come for King Becky. Don't do it.
So if you want some, come get some, but you better be big enough and bad enough to take some. And she was not big enough and bad enough to take that.
Mm.
She put. Becky, I'm gonna have to go.
I fell over. I was like, oh my. I had to put my phone down. I had to I need some water. This is too much. All the fire emojis. I can't handle it. But I'm
So-
scared she might get arrested. This is like assault. So it's like, oh my.
You know, I'm not trying
Too much.
to bum y'all out, but I kind of had to go.
That's okay. It's been nice of you to join us for the
Yeah.
show.
Thank you guys. Even though I didn't have enough knowledge to.
No.
No,
It's
do it.
okay.
do
You have
it.
a homework assignment for next time.
Which is.
Watch.
Watch.
Just watch.
Take the
Evolution.
free month of the WWE Network and watch NXT's Takeover this weekend.
Okay.
And
Honestly,
Survivor
just that.
Series.
You don't-
I'll be
yeah.
Actually take the free month and just watch WWE Women's Evolution.
That too, yeah. So and then you can go. You can get yourself introduced to some new characters, some new wrestlers.
Do a few my own research.
Yes.
on a few
Take some
things.
notes, and then when you come back next time, we'll test you on your knowledge.
Ooh,
Pop quiz.
I'm scared.
It's not a pop quiz if you already know about it. So
You're gonna be my study guide, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah. exactly. Well,
I'm
Michelle.
about to do some studying myself.
Exactly. You always need to study. Well, Michelle, thanks for joining
Thanks
us
for
here.
coming by.
Welcome. Thank you guys. Happy birthday. Enjoy
Thank
the
you
rest of
very
your
much.
day.
Appreciate it.
And-
I'll be enjoying it by writing the paper.
Be careful out there.
Yes, you
Stay
too. Be
safe.
careful.
It
It's-
is cold outside.
It is-
I think the
and
weather
it's
is
cold, too.
subsiding a little bit. Is it still snowing? No, I don't
I think
It's,
it's-
it's supposed to be
rain.
raining. It's
Freezing
actually,
rain,
if you're going
yeah.
home tonight, watch out for the black ice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Black
That's racist.
Black ice.
See, that's twice.
Black ice.
That is twice.
Black ice.
First our Japanese
Black
fans, and
ice.
now our black fans. We can't lose the black fans, Kevin.
That's
Come
all
on,
we
man.
got, Kev. Come on.
Stop.
Yeah, definitely watch out for the black guys.
You know why? Because he's light skinned.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the Drake in him.
Exactly.
That's what that is. Shame.
You can't have these. See, we need to replace him with a darker skinned brother.
You from Canada on the low, ain't you? No.
Hey, we need a dark skinned brother. Hey, you take his spot because he disrespect the game.
I'm the guy that Vince wants. I'll let that think. I'll
Wow.
let that sink in.
Wow.
I'm the
He
Rock.
We didn't-
You're
he said that.
Alpha Rook
Shame.
and you're Booker T.
Shame.
I'm the top guy.
Shame. Shame.
Shame. Oh, I'm Booker T.
Yeah.
Sucker. Let me tell you right here, sucker. You want a piece of the five time, and then one more time.
Five
World
times.
heavyweight champion. You want to see a spinner Rooney? I'll give you a spinner Rooney right now.
I mean,
For real? For the stream?
Not here.
No,
There's
I-
no-
No, I was gonna say,
no.
this is how you get views.
First of all, I'm too old
Look,
for that
man,
stuff,
he
man.
hurt himself just doing a pose. He can't do no dang spinner room.
I'm gonna break my hip.
Bye.
Say bye, everybody on the internet.
Why are we saying bye?
I don't know. I'm not going anywhere.
Because
I did this.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No, do you want to go over the rest of the results from the show? Because it was actually
Can we
pretty
just
decent
talk
two
about it? We don't
shows.
have to really go over
Okay,
it.
well,
Yeah,
you know
just-
the stuff that happened. So